Today on Showreel, Drew Barrymore lends her voice to Curious George. British band Arctic Monkeys are on the road to fame. We preview Sorbier's flowered-inspired couture collection. And we take a look at Sundance-sold film Little Miss Sunshine. So let us take you through all there is to know with Showreel.
But here is some Hollywood trivia you may not be aware of. The initial idea for the screenplay of Golden Globe-winning film Transamerica occurred during a conversation between screenwriter-director Duncan and transgendered actress Catherine Connella. While discussing male-female perceptions, Connella shocked Tucker as they'd been sharing a house for about 4 months at the time, with the revelation that she'd been raised as a male.
Although he is barely interested in awards, Woody Allen is one of the Academy's favourites. His 13 Oscar nominations for Best Original Screenplay as of 2005 are a record for that category. Along with Billy Wilder, he holds the record for the most combined Oscar nominations for writing and directing, with an amazing 19. So far, he also has 20 nominations in the top 3 categories of acting, directing and writing, and he holds the record there as well.
During the filming of the underwater scenes in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, safety divers swam in with scuba regulators to allow the actors to breathe without having to surface. These scenes were shot in a huge purpose-built tank with a blue screen background. Star Daniel Radcliffe alone logged around 41 hours and 38 minutes underwater during the course of filming. At one point during training, he inadvertently signaled that he was drowning, sending the crew into a huge panic to bring him back up to the surface.
Harrison Ford has starred in no fewer than 4 out of the top 10 grossing movies of all time, and 8 out of the top 50. As of January 2006, the combined domestic box office grosses of Ford films total was approximately $3.05 billion, with worldwide grosses at approximately $5.65 billion. This places him as the second highest grossing actor in film history after Tom Hanks. Even at the age of 60, Ford was still taking $25 million per picture.
Curious George, the playful, mischievous chimp made famous in books by author H.A. Ray, comes to life in an animated tale featuring the vocal talents of Will Ferrell and Drew Barrymore.
Oh boy, I'm gonna want to put the cucumbers back on.
The film follows George as he leaves the jungle to pursue his newfound friend Ted, an explorer voiced by Ferrell. Ferrell said that George's misadventures are his biggest charm.
You know, that's what you love about those stories, is that he just kind of gets into all this mischief and goes into all the places that every kid really wants to do, and even I think a lot of adults do as well.
His pursuit takes George to the city, where a plethora of adventures await him, and of course, lots of trouble.
Please don't go away.
The mismatched duo of George and Ted eventually pays off, as the two become fast friends and close companions.
I think they both kind of complement each other in that Curious George kind of brings Ted out of his shell and learns, you know, kind of teaches him to smell the roses along the way and kind of enjoy life. And I think Curious George has his first and only kind of companion that he's ever had. So they really kind of help each other out.
The little monkey has endured himself to several generations of children through the 7 books authored by Ray, beginning in 1941.
It's really quite something.
I'll remember that.
There's also a meatless meatloaf on Monday, which is quite special.
Quite special.
One of George's biggest fans is actress Drew Barrymore, who plays Ted's girlfriend, Maggie.
He's super cute, and I'm so glad that he is authentic to himself, because I grew up with the Curious George books, and he was just, you know, a very important figure in my childhood, as a lot of people's. So to see him being so true to himself and so cute and adorable, and someone that you just want to watch and follow and that you're intrigued by, is so wonderful.
No! the idol! Okay, careful, careful, that's the linchpin to the whole left leg.
Hollywood heavyweight Ron Howard produced the film and believes that despite all the trouble George creates, he does teach a valuable lesson.
There's no question that curiosity is, kind of key to the human experience. So, it's also what's kind of adorable about embodying curiosity in this little monkey. Not sure what breed George is, but he sure is cute.
Curiosity may have killed the cat, but it has provided international fame for one little monkey.
Oh, I like George.
Our hotspot this episode is actress Drew Barrymore, who, at the age of 7, was the youngest person ever to host Saturday Night Live.
He was not among the best song nominees, but Gustavo Santaolalla still has something to sing about. The famed producer-composer received critical acclaim for his underscore for the widely successful gay cowboy movie Brokeback Mountain. After a small mix-up, Santaolalla said he was initially reluctant about meeting with Brokeback director Ang Lee, but they quickly made a connection and realized their shared vision for the movie.
And it was really interesting, the fact that we both have been thinking along the same ways for the music, in terms of having a guitar and strings, and so we talked about that. I came back to Los Angeles and I really immerse myself in that, and all these melodies and themes started to come out. And so I just recorded them, playing the guitar myself and doing, some strings with some MIDI. And I sent that back in 2 weeks to Ang, and I heard, this is a story that I've been told, that when he got the music, he thought it was music that I was sending him that I've done for something else. And he said to his producer, what a pity, because this music will be perfect for the movie. He said, no, this, he wrote this for the movie,
Santaolalla is no stranger to the awards game. Under his record label Circo, the Latin Grammy winner has produced such well-known artists as Juanes and Molotov. Parallel to his work as a producer, Santaolalla was able to fulfill one of his dreams, film scoring. Among his credits is The Motorcycle Diaries, which won him the BAFTA Award in 2005, as well as 21 Grams, Collateral and North Country.
Our hotspot this episode is the top 5 sporting-themed movies. At number 1 is Goal, while Remember the Titans holds the number 2 spot. Coach Carter is at number 3, while Cool Runnings and Happy Gilmore round out the top 5. You can't judge a book by its cover, but you can judge a movie by its tagline and the big-name stars attached to it. The film adaptation of Nicholas Sparks' best-selling novel The Notebook is a sweeping saga of enduring love. Set in the American South of the 1940s and the present day, the story follows the lives of young lovers, Noah Calhoun and Allie Hamilton, played by Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams. Their story is revealed by an elderly man who reads from a notebook to a woman with Alzheimer's disease in a nursing home decades later.
They fell in love, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Do you want to dance with me?
Sure.
A story like mine has never been told.
In 1997, author Arthur Golden offered readers a glimpse into a little-known world with his novel Memoirs of a Geisha. The book spent 2 years on the New York Times bestseller list and has been translated into 32 languages. Rob Marshall directed the long-awaited screen adaptation of the best-selling novel as the film tells the tale of a working-class girl who becomes one of Japan's most famous geishas.
Another secret world, a place only of beauty.
The movie version of the best-selling book The Da Vinci Code was one of 2006's most anticipated films. Ron Howard and Akiva Goldsman, the Oscar-winning director and writer of A Beautiful Mind, reunited to bring Dan Brown's blockbuster novel, one of the most popular and most controversial of our time, to the big screen. The movie stays true to the international bestseller, which follows Robert Langdon and Sophie Neveu trying to resolve a murder in the Louvre Museum and stumbling on the most guarded secrets of the Catholic Church, sending them on a race through France and Britain.
I'm into something here I can't understand.
Witness the biggest cover-up in human history.
Annie Proulx's short story Brokeback Mountain was transformed into an award-winning film starring Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal. The story follows the two young men, a Wyoming ranch hand and a rodeo cowboy, who meet in the summer of 1963, sheep herding in the harsh, high grasslands of contemporary Wyoming. They form an unorthodox bond whose complications, joys and tragedies provide a testament to the endurance and power of love. It looks like these movies read like open books.
Interracial romantic comedy Something New is about finding love where it's least expected.
Let's get down to business. We're the brother. He doesn't have to make a lot of money so long as he's got a job, no kids, good teeth. He just has to be taller than me, college educated, and not crazy. Or bisexual. You'll have to leave him in the car. I don't do dogs.
Well, neither do I. We're just good friends.
After establishing herself as a successful career woman, Kenya McQueen, played by Sana Lathan, needs to find her own partner and a fulfilling personal life. Sana explained the film's concept.
I play Kenya. She is a 30-something, very successful accountant, about to be made partner in an LA accounting firm, and she hasn't had a date in 2 years. And she gets set up on a blind date, and she goes to the Magic Johnson Starbucks, and she meets this blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy. And then the movie starts.
After another Valentine's Day spent working, Kenya agrees to a blind date with Brian, a sexy architect who turns out to be not exactly what she'd pictured for herself.
Brian, actually. Are you Kenya?
Brian Kelly?
Yeah.
Blind date, Brian Kelly?
Kenya's socially prominent parents voiced their strong opinions about her new white friend. Elfrey Woodard, who plays Kenya's mother, explains the role.
I'm the mom who is very elitist, and she, maybe 5 guys in the whole city of Los Angeles are good enough for my daughter, and so, one of them shows up, and she just is not paying attention to him. So I'm a bit outraged. I don't even get to the fact of whether the race of her new sort of liaison. It's just the fact that his class, he's the gardener, for God's sake.
I didn't think you'd make it.
Dr. McQueen.
Dad! Hello.
I'm Brian.
Oh, the landscaper. Actually, Brian is my friend, Mother.
Brian? Good to meet you. Good to meet you too, sir.
Oh, why did you cut your hair? It was your shining glory.
It was a weave, Mother.
Well, it suited you. Come on, take me in the house so I can freshen up.
Kenya's girlfriends are there for her with advice, even though she ultimately needs to decide for herself who and what she wants in life.
Everybody has their own opinion, but what are their opinions? They're projections of their own fears on you. So you have to live your own life and figure things out yourself, and she does that. And I think that's what's so empowering about the movie. It's not whether she chose the white man or the black man. It's about this stupid list and this ideal that we always have, and sometimes perfection is just not going to happen.
You're coming with Something New tackles serious questions about race and interracial relationships with genuine appeal and an alluring romance.
Don't think this is going any further because it's not.
You did what? With who?
British band Arctic Monkeys sold almost 120,000 copies on its debut album in a single day, making it Britain's fastest-selling album ever. The Monkeys shot from obscurity to fame in a matter of months, thanks partly to savvy use of the internet to market their music to fans. Downloads, email and word of mouth all helped to sell out gigs and put the band on the map. XFM radio DJ Sean Cavini believes that the widespread media attention can only improve the band's broad appeal.
It's refreshing to know when you play a record for the first time that there's already a huge amount of sort of groundswell support for that out there in listener land. That's really refreshing. A lot of the time you're taking it on face value from record companies whose pluggers are telling you you're going to like this band. And as we all know, with some bands, you end up having to like them because you've heard them so many damn times.
The band's album, Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not, sold 118,501 copies within 24 hours of its release, more than the rest of the top 20 album chart combined.
Keep watching, because coming up later on Showreel, a look at independent film Little Miss Sunshine.
No one would have believed in the early years of the 21st century that our world was being watched by intelligences greater than our own.
Tom Cruise and US President George Bush are just two of the comedy targets of Scary Movie 4, the latest in the series of blockbusting horror movie spoofs that began in 2000.
Did you see the tripod? They're in every major city all over the world.
When the worlds are at war.
A girl had a pet duck.
Mr. President, the planet is under attack by aliens.
Well, I'll handle that in a minute. Right now, I want to see what happens with the duck.
More people will die.
You mean right now all of these children's parents could be dead?
Scary Movie 4 is from director David Zucker and writer Jim Abrahams, and parodies films such as War of the Worlds, The Village and Saw. In true Scary Movie tradition, the outrageous celebrity cameos are non-stop, including Carmen Electra, Shaquille O'Neal and Dr. Phil.
Shall we have a foot race?
No saw is sharp enough.
I did it! We're saved! Oh my God! What's wrong? Wrong foot. Mother.
The film gets Cruise by recreating his infamous June 2005 visit to Oprah Winfrey's talk show, in which he professed his undying love for fiancée Katie Holmes and jumped on a sofa.
He is in the building, the man who saved the world, Tom Ryan!
I'm in love.
I love Cindy Campbell! The boy has lost it. I love this woman! I love this woman!
How's this for a celebrity bite? Leslie Nielsen's brother was once a high-ranking Canadian politician, Deputy Prime Minister, in fact.
trees, waterfalls, and the sound of tweeting birds turned the fancy Parisian theatre Lido into a tropical forest as French designer Frank Sorbier unveiled his haute couture collection. Models emerge from the ground on a pedestal at the beginning of the show, with floral and tree-like hairstyles, and featuring details such as tulle light-coloured petals on their dresses. Colours were evocative of nature too, with browns and greens on some outfits, bright reds on another. Elegant dresses came adorned with fake flowers, layered with frond-like fringing, or in leaf print graphics. Sorbier said that he took his inspiration for the collection from an old record by musician Stevie Wonder that explored the mysteries of plants. The bride, who traditionally finishes every catwalk show for Sorbier, came out complete with angel wings. It was a Midsummer Night's Dream for Frank Sorbier's guests as he presented his water nymphs in a stunning collection.
Little Miss Sunshine was sold at the Sundance Film Festival for a cool $10 million. The offbeat comedy stars Steve Carell, Greg Kinnear and Toni Collette and tells of a family trying to get their 7-year-old into a beauty pageant.
Grad students. I was very much in love with him.
Him? It was a boy? And you fell in love with the boy?
Yes, I did. Very much so.
That's silly.
You're right. It was silly. It was very, very silly.
There's another word for it. Dad.
So, that's when you tried to kill yourself?
Well, no. The boy that I was in love with fell in love with another man, Larry Sugarman.
Who's Larry Sugarman?
Larry Sugarman is perhaps the second most highly regarded Proust scholar in the U.S.
Who's number one?
That would be me, Rich.
Wow.
The film explores the complex ties that bond families together.
Am I pretty?
Olive, you are the most beautiful girl in the whole world.
And you're just saying that?
No, I'm not. I'm madly in love with you. And it's not because of your brains or your personality. It's because you're beautiful, inside and out.
Grandpa?
What?
I don't want to be a loser.
You're not a loser. Where'd you get the idea you're a loser?
Because Dad hates losers.
Whoa. Back up a minute. You know what a loser is? A real loser is somebody that's so afraid of not winning, they don't even try. Now, you're trying, right?
Yeah.
Well, then you're not a loser. We're gonna have fun tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
That's all we've got time for. See you next time on Showreel.